to keep pursuing my entrepreneur dream is the fact that we can take a small idea and then create a huge successful business out of just that. Everything begins with an idea. That's by Earl Nightingale. That store wants to celebrate the germ of an idea and reward those who actually take action and act on their idea by submitting a video to their contest. Hashtag Idea2Store is basically an Instagram contest where it invites people to share an idea for an online store with a chance to win up to $30,000 and a chance to be seen on TV. The rules are pretty simple. You're gonna go to the website idea2.store and sign up, and then secondly, you're gonna share your online store idea on Instagram using the hashtag Idea2Store. Make sure once you post your Instagram post, you tag the @get.store, and 6 total winners will be chosen. Once all the videos have been sifted through and they've looked through everyone's ideas and content, they will pick the winners of round 1, and the winners will have a chance to bounce your ideas off of some amazing judges. 2 winners will be chosen, a grand prize winner and a runner-up, and then 5 lucky winners will be chosen in a lucky draw to win $1,000. The winner basically receives a guaranteed spot on the 2-minute drill with David Metzler that airs on Bloom TV and Amazon Prime. The last date to gather all your engagement on Instagram is Sunday, November 14th, so that is coming up. It's very, very soon, but you still have a chance to go ahead and enter. So make sure you guys visit idea2.store, and the link will also be down in the description box. Good luck to everyone that enters, and remember to keep those ideas flowing. Now let's get into the video. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Lexis, and I'm back again with another entrepreneur video. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a regular, what it do? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so that you guys don't miss any future uploads, lives, or anything like that. But today I am doing basically the top things that anyone running a small business, a product-based business to be specific, from home. So as you guys can see, some of my things are behind me. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. This is actually in my apartment, so I have this actually in my kitchen so that everything is ready to whip up and reachable whenever I need to make products. So like I said, it's basically this video is basically for my business owners who have started a product-based business and you're running everything straight from home. You're doing all the hard work behind the scenes. So before we get into this video, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. You guys have heard me talk about Skillshare many times before, but if you haven't, Skillshare is an online learning community where billions of creators basically come together and learn new topics or learn a little bit more about things that they know, maybe a tad bit about, but want to become basically a pro. So Skillshare offers like so many different classes on subjects such as illustration, graphic design, photography, creative writing, animation, music production, film and video, marketing, freelance and entrepreneurship, and so much more. As business owners, it is our job to become lifelong learners. We never can know enough. Always be open to learn new things. So the class of choice that I want to recommend to you guys today is DIY leather crafting. How to make a leather toiletry bag, and it's an intro to sewing. This has nothing to do with this video, but I picked this one specifically because if you want to learn a little bit more about something that you found interest in, already know a little bit about, and may want to see if you can learn some new tips or tricks, I felt like this was like a great look into some of the many things that Skillshare offers. There's so many how-to videos and classes on Skillshare, so I thought this one was pretty cool. Not that I want to make a leather toiletry bag, but I think, like I said, this was a great way to kind of show you guys just the many things that they offer to teach us on there. If you guys are interested in checking out Skillshare, make sure that you guys check the description box always, and also the pinned comment down below, because the first 1,000 subscribers to click that link will receive a free trial of Skillshare. Yeah, make sure you guys check down below and get started today on your Skillshare free trial. I am going to get right into the list. Like I said, these are just things that are essential to myself and my business, being a home-based business. Let's just call it small home-based gadgets or something like that. For every item that I mentioned, they will be down. I will have links for all of these down in the description box as well. So the first thing I want to recommend or tell you guys that is an essential to me is baking soda. So if, like I said, you're a product-based business, you're always cooking up something on the stove or making products, and it can get kind of messy around the house or around the kitchen or wherever you decide to make your products. So for me, I found that baking soda actually helps get through all types of grease and residue, especially if you work a lot with oils or anything like that, or waxes and stuff like that. Baking soda actually helps get all that up, gets up all that gook, fights through all of that stuff. So baking soda personally is definitely, yeah, that's like a super essential that a lot of people don't even use, but baking soda with dish soap works absolute wonders. So first thing I want to tell you guys, like I said, is the baking soda. Make sure y'all get some. Even if you don't get it from like your local grocery store, you can always go to the dollar store. I got this one from the dollar store, and they're literally $1, and I just have baking soda stacked up everywhere in the kitchen. When it's time to clean up, it'll be a quick one. So the second item that I want to recommend to you guys as an essential is a heat gun. So you guys have seen me use my heat gun many times in previous videos before. And I will link some heat guns down below. These are super essential to just adding a little bit of professionalism to your actual products before you ship them out and take pictures and all that stuff. So, you know, the heat gun, you get your shrink wrap, and then you use your heat gun to shrink the wrap. As you guys can see, you guys have seen in previous videos where you've seen me shrink wrap some of my products, and it just adds a little bit of extra oomph on there, because you know when you go to the store, sometimes your products are shrink wrapped and closed up for safety and stuff like that. If you're not doing like a private label business, you know, none of that is going to be done for you. So the heat gun is my second essential. So the next thing you guys have heard me talk about and mention in previous essential videos are labels. If you are a home-based business, of course you're going to need your labels. I have many videos on how to make labels at home, how to print them at home, and where I get mine from. I will also link that in the description box as well, with any codes or discounts if I find any for you guys. I have to take my glasses off. But for the people who don't know, I purchased my labels, all of my labels, from onlinelabels.com. Online labels basically is like the easiest way to print all of your labels in bulk without having to go to the store or order them and wait for them to come in. You'll always have labels on hand, so if you decide to create a new product and you need a label for it, you already have different size labels at home. You can just print it out or design it, print it out, and then stick it onto the packaging. So y'all know that labels are like a super essential if you are a home-based business. So the next thing that goes with the labels, of course, essential would be a printer. I have the HP 5055, and for some reason it's sold out everywhere. So I will link the newer version of my printer, which is not sold out everywhere, so I will link that down in the description box. The printer can be used for many things. If you do not have an actual label printer, you can always use your printer to print out paper labels and then just tape them on your packages. If you add invoices in all of your packages, you can use your printer to do that. You use your printer to print out your labels and so much more. The printer is like so essential. Even if you don't have a label printer, if you have a regular printer, you are good to go. But a label printer is a super plus. A label printer is not on my list today as an essential, because if you guys watch my 10 essentials video, which will be linked in one of these corners, click the I, it'll take you straight to that video. I mentioned the label printer, but in this video, we're gonna keep it simple. If you have a basic printer, you are good to go. You do not need a super expensive label printer, and I don't recommend that you guys buy it until you have the funds to do so. The next essential to having a home-based business, of course, would be boxes. Packaging, boxes. There's many types of packaging and boxes. You can buy your own. I personally purchased mine at Uline, and I think I've mentioned this so many times before. Or you can go and create a business account. If you go and create a business account, they offer free packaging for businesses as long as you make your account a business account. So packaging, there's so many different size boxes and things like that. You can kind of measure up your products to kind of see what type of boxes they would fit in. But like I said, Uline or the post office. The post office is always my go-to to tell people when they are first starting off, because it's 100% free and you can get as many as you want. The next essential is going to be gloves. Okay, it's up to you what kind of gloves you get. You can literally get gloves anywhere. Gloves are a super essential, because you are dealing with products that you are going to ship off to people, strangers, and honestly, you ever heard the saying, I don't know where your hands been? You want people to feel safe when purchasing your product. They know that you one, made them with love, and then also you made them in a very sanitary environment. So keeping things that'll keep your products sanitary and clean are a must-have. But gloves, yeah, make sure y'all get some. All right, so the next essential if you are a home-based business is finding you vendors for all your butters, oils, and everything that you use, whether it be flavorings. As you guys can see, I have a bunch of flavorings over here, your oils, all of these up here, oils, butters, all that type of stuff. Like for an example, this is a huge container of lavender oil. We have a huge container of shea nut oil. Having vendors for the things that you use in your products is very, I would say this is a super essential, because if you do not purchase in bulk, you know, once your business, you know what products are your go-to products for your business or the best sellers and stuff like that. If you keep buying in small amounts, you're actually spending more money versus if you were to purchase in bulk. That's the reason for bulk. You get more for less money. Finding you really good vendors for oils, creams, waxes, alcohols, whatever it is that you're using your products, you want to try and find a vendor for that. You don't have to get huge containers. You can start off with smaller bulk containers, and still that'll make a huge difference. Make sure that you're not spending more money than you have to when you're making your products. And I will link, like I said during this video, while I'm mentioning certain things, if you see the little eye pop up, make sure that you guys are clicking it so that you can save those videos and go and watch those if you haven't seen those already, because I've given you guys several vendors, websites, and things like that to get these things that I'm mentioning to you guys today. So the next essential is bins. Now, bins can literally mean anything. In my past essential video, I was talking about the bins when you take your packages to the post office, or when you're putting your packages outside for the postman to pick up your packages. Today, when I say bins, I mean bins like these here. These type of bins actually make your life so much easier. It's easier to stock all of your items. For example, your flavorings, your spatulas, all of your attachments to your mixers, your colors, your mica powders, whatever it is that you use. These small bins actually make your life so much easier. It's easier to find everything. Everything's all grouped together, and you know where everything is. Personally, myself, I really love to purchase my bins from IKEA, because IKEA always has some type of bins or containers for like about $3 or $2, and they're like super cheap. But if I find any on Amazon or somewhere online, of course I will link them in the description box. But bins are super essential to just keeping your business overall organized and well put together. The next essential for a home-based business is a burner stove. I have a couple of these, but this is my favorite one. This burner stove is a super essential because when I actually make my products, I do not make them on my regular stove. I don't want to drop any type of waxes or oils or anything like that that could possibly start a fire. So when I do make my products, I always melt down my products and do everything on a separate burner stove. Also, they're easier to clean versus a stove where you have to lift stuff up and clean underneath and stuff like that. It just makes the product making process way easier to clean and not as messy. Technically more safe, because I want to make sure that my products are not coming directly in contact with any type of flame, fire, gas, anything. It's literally an electric burner stove that we used to use in science class, but I use them to melt down and warm up and do whatever I need to do for my product. The next essential is spatulas. I have all types of spatulas inside of here, as well as some that are not in here either. And these are super essential to mixing your products, but also having a good amount of spatulas is very good, so that you don't have to keep washing the same spatula and then going to the next product. You can have a spatula for each thing that you have to do. I use specific spatulas, spoons, and utensils for certain products. I just keep them stored in here, and then when I'm ready to use them, I'll wash them again, and then I begin using them to help make my product. Also, a super essential, just making sure that you have a good amount of spatulas. And I actually buy a good amount of my spatulas from the dollar store. If you go to the dollar store, on the side where the kitchen stuff is, literally there's a bunch of different types of spatulas, spoons, containers, and everything for kitchen use, but I use them to make my products, and they're always just $1. which means that they're also disposable, and it doesn't hurt my feelings to have to go buy another one if I need one. This actually was not written on my list, but I did want to mention, since I did turn around and see these, funnels are very essential, especially if you have any type of business where you're working with liquids, and you don't have like the little fancy machines and all that stuff. I use funnels to put my products, help put my oils and stuff like that into my containers, and that's what I'm going to continue to use until I get like one of them little fancy machines. But until then, my funnels get me through. All right, so the next essential, I actually cannot pick up the box because they're huge. I have like 4 or 5 boxes, but it is basically extra jars, containers, spray bottles, whatever it is that you package your products in. You want to make sure that you have a bunch of extra ones just in case you need to restock the website really quick or something like that. So me, I have a bunch of spray bottles, these oil containers, the droppers, the jars that I package my creams in, my lip balm containers. I have tons and tons of lip gloss squeeze tubes, lip gloss containers, stuff like that. I have a ton of extra containers so that when I do need to restock or I need to quickly make some new product, I don't have to wait for my packaging to come in. And that also is an essential that I recommend, that once you get your business started, you start buying these things in bulk so that you'll always have them on hand, because you really just never know what will happen. So you guys know that I sell my products in a salon also, so sometimes when I'm completely stocked online, the salon needs new product, they need more products, so I have to whip up some products real quick and I can put them in the container and then drop them off, and I don't have to wait for my containers to come in the mail because I always have extra containers on hand. So this next essential, of course, is measuring cups. If you have a product-based business from home, you want to make sure that you have different types and sizes of measuring cups so that you can get your recipes just right and your product can have quality each and every time you create your product. You want to make sure, you know, when you're writing down your recipes and all that, you have proper measuring cups and things like that, to make sure that your product comes just the way it needs to each and every time. So the next essential is quite an obvious, but a lot of people, you know, have their different mixing bowls, plastic, stuff like that. But me personally, I recommend steel mixing bowls. I have many different sizes in steel bowls. There's more back there and it's a lot down there as well. Steel bowls are my personal favorite because personally I feel like they are easier to wash when you have a product that you have to specifically warm up on the burner or on a stove or wherever you do make your products. The steel bowl will not melt, and they heat up faster as well. And like I told you guys, my baking soda trick actually works wonders on my steel bowls. And steel bowls are literally everywhere, but I've gotten many various packs of different sizes on Amazon as well. And I have some steel bowls that actually have coloring at the bottom, like they're a different color at the bottom, which makes it easy to differentiate product is in which bowl if you label them by colors if you're making several products at once. So for an example, when I do my wholesale lip gloss, I always use my steel bowls with the different colors at the bottom because I know what flavor is in each color. So steel bowls are like a super plus when you are making products at home. So the next essential is a hand mixer. So hand mixers come really in handy. You know, you have your regular mixers and stuff like that, but the hand mixers come in handy when you really need to break that product down, because sometimes the huge mixers kind of miss chunks of product at the bottom of the bowl when it's mixing. But these hand mixers, they help you get down and dirty. And personally, when I make my lip scrubs, my lip sorbets, I would reach for my hand mixer before I decide to go and get my huge mixer. And sometimes you don't feel like making that huge mess and having to clean out the mixer and do all that extra stuff when you could just use your hand mixer. You're gonna clean the attachment, which is not on here. You're gonna clean your attachment and then clean the handheld part, and then you're good to go. So if these actually come in handy as well when you're making a small amount of product and you're not going like full on producing product that day. You just need to make a couple things. The hand mixer definitely comes in handy because you don't have to go out of your way to clean all of your mixers out and all the bowls and all that stuff. So definitely recommend a hand mixer. And lastly, a stand mixer. I have 4 stand mixers. This is only one of them. This is my favorite one though. Stand mixers are literally holy grails when it comes to making homemade products, okay? Like I said, I have 4 different stand mixers, and they're used for different products and different things, but they are super helpful, especially when you're only one person running your business and making your product. Sometimes it can get really tiring trying to hand do everything. Your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your back, all that stuff be getting tired, okay? So I definitely recommend getting you a reliable stand mixer. I will link down some stand mixers down below. You can start off small. I have smaller stand mixers, I have medium stand mixers, and then I have my bigger ones. It's kind of like a trial and error when you're trying to figure out which one that you prefer. But if you are just a business starting off, I would recommend a smaller one. And then as the product demand increases, of course you'll get a bigger one, and I am actually looking into getting a floor stand mixer as well. So these, like I said, just make your life so much easier when you're trying to make your products from home, because it can be a lot, you know, just trying to mix and do everything yourself, because as a human, as a person, we do get tired, and those mixers will keep going and going and going until you turn them off, until you unplug them, okay? So yeah, the stand mixer was pretty much the last part, the last essential that I wanted to mention to you guys. So I'm just gonna go over the list really quick, and like I said, links will be in the description for all of these items that I mentioned to you guys today. But if you guys have heard a item today that you have not thought about getting for your business, I would say write it down and come back to it. It might actually make your life a little bit easier. So we have baking soda, your heat gun, your printer, your gloves, your ingredient vendors, bins, your burner stove, your spatulas, your funnels, your extra containers, measuring cups, steel bowls, hand mixer, and a stand mixer. So that was 14 essentials that I personally love and that personally make my life so much easier as a home-based product business. I hope I help somebody or inspire somebody to try something new or add something new to the table when it comes to your business to make your life a little bit easier. Just because you're a business owner doesn't mean that it has to be super difficult. It's okay to get things that will make your business life easier or take some things off of your plate. So like I said, I hope I help somebody. I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, and bye.